I see.
Oh yeah, yes, man, best kind. So when did I gotta ask you, when did all this start? When did you come up with the idea, and how'd you get it all? Like when did you say you're gonna fucking give her and go for it?
By the past little while, I don't know, like maybe last winter, I was kind of in my head thinking about some sort of lifestyle brand, and anyways, shed is something that kind of stuck. Like, I spend a lot of time in my shed. The boys are over playing darts, drinking beers, hockey night in Canada,
Right.
wood stove, the whole shot. And my in-laws, actually, when I go out to Little Bay out in Marystown, the shed is huge out there, huge. That's the spot where we go to play darts and have a great time. So anyways, it was something that just stuck with me, and so that's where it came from. That's where it was born. And I just tossed it out to a buddy of mine who said, "Listen, I want to develop some sort of, I don't know, a logo," and he helped me out, and that's where it came from.
Oh man, that's awesome. Fucking awesome, dude. Like, cause the shed is such a huge important part of Newfoundlanders. I feel like, cause
man, I grew up in the shed of my grandfather's house, kind of thing, right?
We live in Alberta now, and it's more like in the garage, right?
You go into the garage.
You're in the garage, but you don't get the same feeling as when you got the wood stove going, and you got people are playing darts and everything like that. Like that's what I so it fucking definitely hit home when I saw it, right? Shed, it's a shed lifestyle. It's a shed fucking way to life. Yeah, so I'm happy to have you on the pod here. I'm happy to share your story, and we're gonna fucking have a good time right now. Couple beers for the boys here now.
Hey, cheers!
Hey, cheers, brother!
Cheers. Yeah, and like I said, it doesn't matter what shed you're in.
That's right.
As long as it's a shed.
That's right, man.
And like I said, it's something that resonated with me. We spend a lot of time, like I said, whether with the boys or the women. Now the women talk about the she shed. That's the thing.
Yeah, man.
So you got to capitalize on that as well.
That's right. Equal rights, man.
They've come a long way. They've come a long way over the years since we were youngsters, and coming up now, like everyone got the fancy lights, and some people got a bar in there, and some people got, you know what I mean, the
full AV setup going on.
Yeah. Mine is a combination of like it's a working shed, but at the same time it's a man cave too, right? Yeah. It's a place where I go out and I got the wood stove in, I watch a hockey game, I have a game of darts. But at the same time, if there's a project that needs to be done and I need to use it, like, haul out the skill saw or whatever, well, so be it, right?
Yeah. It's not a shed unless there's a bit of sawdust or something on the floor, right? Got to be some dirt somewhere.
Oh, yeah. You got to have a bit of dirt, for sure.
That's deadly, man. That's wicked. So where are you from originally?
Born and bred, Logie Bay, Middle Cove, Outer Cove.
Nice, out Logie Bay way.
And you said you're where right now?
I'm out on Barrhaven Island. My in-laws, my father-in-law is originally from Barrhaven Island. He grew up here until it was resettled. He moved to Little Bay, Marystown, when he was 16. So, but now over on Barrhaven Island, there's probably about, I don't know, maybe 20 cabins. And he has one. His couple of his brothers have cabins over here. So we try and get over here a couple of times a year for sure, and so anyways, this is where we're to for a couple of nights. So I'm stuck out in his little working shed, hooked up on Starlink, talking to you guys.
That's mad. That's wicked. So you grow up out Logie Bay, like, so in terms of shed life out around Logie Bay now growing up, what was that all about? Because there's always like, you kind of bum around with your father kind of thing and his buddies or whatever there at the shed. You get a little older now, you're hanging out at your own shed or your buddy's shed or whatever. What was it like growing up in Logie Bay and the shed life here?
Growing up, to be honest, shed life wasn't huge. We, when Dad built the shed, it was a working thing. Like he needed a shed, and there was no wood stove or anything like that out there. It was a spot to have all the tools, and if there was a project that needed to be done, well, that's where it was done, right? And so I'd be out there helping Dad out, and whether it be putting something together or whatever it might be. But it wasn't until really when I got my own spot and we built a shed. That's when for me that's when it came to be. Initially, it was just a shed. There was no insulation or anything like that. It was the wood stove. It was cold out there early on, but then as time went on, we put the insulation in, the vapor barrier, and put up the walls and all that stuff, and then I made it what it is today. And so it was something that came along in years to come, and a bunch of my buddies, as they built their own houses and stuff like that, they made I guess their own sheds and man caves too, where you go out to just shoot shit, hang out, have a game of darts, right?
Smoke a draw, have a couple darts,
whatever you're at.
Maybe.
Right.
I'm not going to deny that don't happen.
Well, yes, it is the man cave. Is to get away from the wife, for a little bit, just a peace and quiet to yourselves, and
like I said, it's to get away without getting away.
Yes,
right, man. Yeah, that's what Dad always says too. Go to shed now. I'm gonna have a beer out in the shed now. And he's out there fooling around with something.
Oh yeah.
Everyone to stop by.
Yeah.
And whatever, right?
So no, I gotta go out in the shed now, and I gotta fix it, or I gotta fix this, or I gotta fix that, or whatever. But meanwhile, you're out there sipping on a couple of beers and putting the stove in and enjoying yourself.
Yeah, doing a few man things. That's all.
Doing a few man things.
Exactly.
So the guy who you got helped design you, is he like is he a partner in this whole venture?
Yes, yeah, somewhat. He's a buddy of mine. He's involved in I guess marketing and this sort of business. And like I said, when I tossed out the idea, he liked the idea, and so this is that's the logo that we agreed on and we decided on, and something that he said, what, I guess there's lots of things that comes his way that he likes, and but it's like maybe this, maybe that, or whatever. But the shed lifestyle is something that he was like, yeah, this has potential, and he decided to grab a hold to.
That's awesome, man. And the marketing, like you said, the social media stuff, is that primarily you, or would that be him, or?
No, that's me. Yeah. That's me.
Okay.
Yeah, he designed the logo with two of us going back and forth. He designed it, but I was kind of the last, I guess, the final say, and yeah, this is where I want to go. In regards to the social media piece, that's me. I'm not like the young crowd in regards to TikTok and Snapchat and stuff like that. So I have a ways to go. But yeah, that's me trying to promote the brand, and whether it be Facebook or Instagram or whatever it might be. But you know what? So far, I think we're doing fantastic, and it's gained a lot of traction.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to see too. Yeah, because I see all the reposts that you have of people in their sheds or in their garage and stuff like that, just having a beer and just like that's exactly what it's all about, right? And I love that aspect of being interactive with fans or whatever, or for lack of a better word, I guess, for people who are doing that same experience and stuff like that, and you're reposting the shit when they got a hat of yours and stuff like that. Yeah, that's where it all starts, right?
Well, that's what it's all about. Like, I think there's so many people who can relate to this. Whether, and you don't necessarily have to have your own shed, but guaranteed, some of us or a lot of us, the majority of us, are spending time in the shed or in a shed, right? And I see something there recently. I see Twillingate is having I think it was a shed crawl.
Oh yes,
I was like, oh my god, this is deadly, right? Yeah. So I just seen that and I reposted, and and with that, I see some people comment and say, yes, we got to get this on the go, because there's a pile of people down our way who have sheds, and they're unique. It's not just like, it's not just the wood stove and the dartboard or whatever. People have all different kinds of sheds or whatever. Yeah. And so this is something that I think it can go somewhere. Having a shed crawl and making something out of it, and having a deadly time, just getting on the go, just having a feed and having a wood stove and getting on the beer, really.
Yeah. That sounds wicked. I mean, it's like, it's like growing up, like where I'm from, or in my neck of the woods, that neighborhood or whatever. That's what it was all about. Everybody kind of just went to each other's sheds, like Dad's buddies and whatever, right? So everybody just kind of bummed around, going to Bob's, going to Rick's, going to wherever, right? Yeah. Just everybody, that's kind of how it went. So, 10 o'clock, they dart over here, and then be back by 11, and then dart over here till 12 o'clock or whatever, right? That's how it was growing up. So it's cool. Like, I thought it was cool, like the idea that you come up with, I think, really relates well, right?
Yeah. And I think when I first met my I guess my wife's family, was back in 2016, I guess. My first introduction for them was Christmas. Went out there, and I was thrown into the fire right off the bat. And that night, where do we go? We went down to the shed.
Yes, man.
Wood stove was in, game of darts, and it was like initiation by fire, right? It was like you sink or swim. It was like, here you are, you have a few beers, and you better make do, right? And it was fantastic. And every time we go out to Little Bay now, it's not like, okay, we're going to someone's house or whatever. It's what night are we going down to the shed? What night are we having a few beers? What night are we having a game of darts? It is deadly.
Yeah, it's that Newfie culture too. Like, someone will break out a couple guitars or something, or someone's going to be playing music somewhere. You know what I mean? And that's what I love. Yeah. That's what I loved about it, because where we're from too, like, there's always be tons of guitar players, tons of people, playing music and just shooting the shit, and you know what I mean. Like,
love it.
We never had the TVs or Hockey Night in Canada on back when we were at it.
Wasn't that fancy?
Nowadays you see that more, but not back like 20 years
ago. Yeah.
So yeah.
It's like, even like it's like you say that with the music piece. Those are some of the best times, when it's not even like, okay, come over now and bring your guitars or whatever. It's just a few hands get together, and then all of a sudden, someone shows up with a guitar, or a couple of hands show up with a guitar.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're singing Irish Descendants or Bob Dylan or Johnny Cash or whatever it is, and all hands are face and eyes into it and loving it. It is fantastic. And it was like the fall past. Friends of ours are from Twillingate, and they came in for a night. They came over, they were like, all right, yeah, we'll have a couple of drinks or whatever. And next thing you know, there's another fella shows up with a guitar, and there's a couple of guitars on the go, and the songs are on the go. And next thing you know, it's, like I said, it's late, and all hands are having a fantastic time, and it's just unexpected. It's just impromptu, and we're not in the kitchen. We're not in the living room. We're not in the basement. We're in the shed.
Yeah, you don't want to keep the youngsters up too late.
No, I tell you, that night it's funny. We got a little fella. He just turned 5. We were all out there having a great time, and we had the baby manning around just in case he showed up. He woke up or anything. Anyways, the monitor wasn't working or whatever. Next thing you know, we're all out there in the shed, sat around having a great time. Door flies open. He is nothing but his underwear on and a pair of Blundstones. And crying, "Where's Mom? Where's Mom?" He knew, I guess he knew enough not to, do whatever. He had the sense enough to go downstairs, put on his Blundstones, come out to the shed, open up the door, and see where we were to.
And that's what it is right there. That's what it's all about right there. Knew exactly where you were. That's funny.
He knew where to go.
He knew where you were, yeah. It's no secret.
Yeah.
So what's next, man? What's your scheme for the next step here? Now, you got any plans for kind of getting, I don't want to say bigger, but doing kind of different stuff, or are you getting involved with any sponsorship type stuff or anything like that?
Well, I've been talking to a couple of want to say too much, but I've been talking to a couple of people recently in regards to where this could go in regards to sponsorship stuff and partnership. And I think the potential is there in that respect. Like I talk about, if we do like a shed crawl or something like that, or a shed night where we have music or something like that, to have people on board and to sponsor it. I think there's a lot of potential in that respect. But also, like, right now it's the hats, it's the hoodies, that sort of thing. But in regards to like different sorts of products that we can sell, I think there's a lot of potential there as well. So especially the fall, like you have these different markets, whether it be Jackburn Arena or Adirondacks Bay. I think when people see just a brand and the name Shed, like I said, people can relate, and I think it'll do well.
Yeah, like that shed crawl thing, I think would be a great thing to kind of, if you guys can kind of link up and somehow do that, where even if you went to a half dozen sheds and then ended up at a park where there was a show or something like that, like that'd be kind of a cool thing. So I think that'd be there is great potential in that for sure.
Yeah, no,
awesome. Lots of potential, lots of fun for sure, right?
And so you have a different you'll have a new line of stuff. Say, how often will you put out like a new kind of line of gear? Like, say it be different T-shirts or hats or whatever, or you're kind of just gonna keep doing your thing for now and then keep it as it is, or do you plan on doing like different lines? Like through fall line or a spring line or something like that.
Well, that's where I'm thinking now. Like the summertime, up until now, it's hats, T-shirts, hoodies. But now moving into the fall, like obviously you're thinking toques,
right?
Stuff like that. So that's the next thing. But also, little things, whether it be bottle openers or coasters or whatever, right? So I kind of play that by ear in regards to, whether it be people saying, geez, you know what, you should try this or you should try that. But also in the seasons as well, right? You think about what's coming up. Like, obviously, I wouldn't be putting out toques in, say, May when we're moving in summer and stuff like that. But now is this fall. Yeah, that's the time when I'm gonna put that sort of thing out, right? And I'm just open to whatever, and I'm enjoying it, or we're enjoying it as we're going, and just hoping it's gonna take off, really.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. You might, you don't have to go elaborate too much on what you're going to come out, even if you just got to change the colors a little bit on.
Exactly.
Change the colors of the hats for a little bit of fall or winter colors. Yeah. Change the color of the hoodies in or even just if it's a heavy hoodie or a light hoodie for spring or something like that. You know what I mean? You gotta. There's definitely I could see it. We're gonna pump this up here on the pod here, Sam Boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic. Like I said, listen. I haven't forgotten you guys. I see the sticker in the background, which I love. But there are a couple of hats coming your way as well, right?
Well, that's deadly. We'll rock that.
That's a permanent installment here on the pod now. So any podcast you will see that in the back for sure. So
I guess question for you guys:
Sure.
Do you guys have a shed now as well, or yourselves, or?
I got a 10 by 12 shed, and it is pretty sick. I gotta say, there's some lights and flags, and but I'm getting too much shit, man. I got too much shit out there now where I can't even almost enjoy it. I got two big toolboxes and all my winter shit and bikes and lawnmower and yard shit. It wasn't as good as when I first moved in here. I actually was able to enjoy it a little bit more. But this is our shed right here, right now.
Yeah, I have a garage technically, but
a garage.
Yeah. I treat it as a shed, to be fair.
Great, got a great.
So, I get mine is multi-purpose, same thing, right? Like, if you want to come over and have a beer, we could in the summer. It's not heated yet. That's next year's project, but. I'm working on that. I want to put a wood stove in there, but I got to check with insurance. It's a bit different up here with the wood stoves. They don't like that up here. So I got to check that scene out. But either way, I use it multi-purpose. Same thing. Summertime is for drinking beer and whatever, and wintertime is for my stuff. But yeah, that's.
Tell me, I just recently won a mini split, and it was the first question a bunch of my buddies said is the mini split going out in the shed? I said no. I got the wood stove out there, and so that's the primary source of heat. For the shed is the wood stove, right? Mini split, as much as it'll be convenient to that, but I don't know, but I think it'll take away from, what the shed is all about, right?
Yeah. I feel like there's something about going out and lighting the fire. There's always something about that. Like before, if you're having a party, right? Like to me, like if you're having a party, right? Of course, you go out an hour, whatever. If it depends where you're having it or whatever. But you go out, say it's in the fall, you go out an hour before or 2 hours before everybody shows up, right? Go out and have a beer, light the stove, split a few splits or whatever you got to be at, right? There's something about all that stuff that's.
It's a process.
There's something about it all. I don't know. I like all that process, right? Like there's something about it all.
Yeah, Saturday evenings, I think, especially for me, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go out and get the stove going now, and there's no questions asked. It's like the missus is like, she knows it's Saturday evening. This is part of what Saturdays are all about. Go out and get the stove going, and then I might be out there a half hour just to make sure that it's going well, and sip on a beer, turn on a couple of lights or whatever, and then go back in the house, and then, I got to go back out now and make sure the stove's going.
Got to put a few junks in now. I'll be back to once.
Exactly.
Throw on the radio then, K-Rock.
Yeah, get the radio going. Then,
Cabin party then Saturday night.
Oh, brother.
Look, I could listen to it on the internet, I suppose, but it's not quite the same as being home listen to it. But it used to be a staple. That was a staple back in the day too. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, I just like in the past couple of years back here, you have a couple of lifestyle brands like Boil Up and Cabin Crew, which are fantastic, and it's like I said, it's all about Newfoundland, Labrador lifestyle or whatever, and those guys are doing fantastic, and I hope they're doing fantastic, and I think shed is just something else that people can relate to, and like I said, whether it be here or whether it be up in the mainland, and like I said, I'm after having a few orders for the mainland too, and people are loving it.
Oh yeah, Boz up here loves a bit of Newfie gear, right? Like that's one thing. Like there's like East Coast lifestyle sweatshirts and shirts and shit. They're everywhere, man. Like everywhere you look, there's somebody's got it going on, right?
Yeah, I got a couple of buddies who are back and forth in the camps in Fort Mac and places like that. Who, as soon as they get back and say, "Listen, I need these number of hoodies or these number of hats because the boys up here are going after heads about shed," which is
wicked, man.
Which is fantastic, right?
Yeah, that's wicked.
That's one thing I always liked about Newfoundlanders. Always, you can always count on them supporting their own, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think so.
And especially someone who's making a good go of it, right? And you know what I mean, whether it be anyone from Donnie Dunphy to East Coast lifestyle, like everywhere in between, like people will always support Newfoundlanders. You know what I mean, from far and wide, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I gotta say, like I said, this is initially it's a like a side gig sort of deal, but you know what? It's something that I feel that has legs. It has legs and can go somewhere, and I'm excited about where it can go for sure.
That's wicked.
Yeah, once the ball is rolling, right, you can it's already taken on a life of its own.
Yeah, you just got to put it out there, man. Put it out there. Stay positive. That's what it's all about.
And like you said, like it's just you or you and another buddy doing it, and it's your baby, right? So you're gonna probably see it through, and it's your side gig, right? So there's no harm in just putting that extra time you got off on your off days, or you know what I mean, the social media and stuff. That's all you. Same with us too, right? It's all.
It's just us.
It's a two man operation we got going here now, and we've it's only been a year of us doing this, but it's always nice to meet people who are on the come up and doing their thing, right?
Yeah. I like to see the buys coming up, man.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic, and it's, like I said, it's fun, and like I said, even seeing you guys out west and doing this podcast, and that it's great. And I listened to a couple of episodes, and just recently Colin Howell. Oh my God, just listen to that and listen to him chatting with you guys. It's just like three of the boys sat around shooting the shit.
Yeah, and that's kind of the intention of the podcast. Like that's how it started. Like my intent, because I like originally I was just going to interview all my buddies and have 10 or 15 episodes or whatever it took, and that'd be, it would just be a record of me talking to the boys. Essentially, just really all I wanted it for, so that other people could listen to maybe some of our foolish stories or whatever. But that was really it. But now, now it's a bit different, I guess, me because it, of course, got this fella on, and now here we are. Right, took a different direction, which is fine, right? Like, go with the flow. But in the end, it really just boils out to sitting around shooting shit with people. Yeah,
no, it's deadly. It is deadly, and you know what? I'm grateful for having the opportunity to really shoot shit with you guys, and in at the same breath kind of promote the Shed brand, right?
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about, right? Yeah, that's what it's all about. And we appreciate you coming on. I mean, we appreciate you talking to us, even, right? Like taking time out of your day is your time, right? Kind of thing, right?
I'll tell you something funny now. How stunned am I? You guys said, we're going to do this 7 o'clock at Mountain Time or whatever. Here I was, 3:30 this afternoon, kind of thinking, all right, I'm getting ready to go. I had the laptop set up in the whole shot. And I was like, Jesus Christ, how stunned. I said, no, I got to go the other way.
Other way.
So it's 10:30 back here.
Other way.
Yeah, that's one thing about the time zones for us. Like a lot of our guests usually are
East Coast-ish,
further east than us, right? So we definitely, like, I think Colin was on here with us till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, we did like almost 4 hours with him by rates. Like,
and all said and done. It's a lot to ask, right? So definitely we appreciate definitely a late night for you.
No, well, that's the thing. There's no worries. I wasn't going to be to bed at 10:30 on a Thursday night in the summertime.
Couple Miller Lights, that's it.
Couple Miller
Lights.
Couple Miller Lights.
Oh,
couple of drinks of scotch.
There you go.
Oh, what do you got there?
This is the Aaron Robert Burns Scotch. Yeah, I'm a big whiskey drinker, so yeah.
Deadly.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Boy, I'll put a few hairs on your chest, brother.
I might have to have a post podcast sip of that now for sure.
Shit, yes, like you do. Calm the nerves, right? Get ready to settle down, go to bed. Then.
Absolutely.
Deadly, Mark, man. Really appreciate you coming on, man. Really appreciate you coming on, speaking and telling your story. We'll bump you now. We'll keep bumping you now on here, of course, right? So, and then when you get some posts on the go, we'll share them up too and everything, right? So,
absolutely.
Man, really appreciate you coming on. Like I say, really appreciate you telling your story and shooting shit with us and having a beer.
Yeah, it's nice. Definitely nice to meet you. Nice to know who's the man behind the social media, who's the man behind Shed.
Yeah, buddy.
Boss, I appreciate the opportunity. It's great to meet you guys as well, and like I said, I can guarantee a couple of hats are coming your way for sure. Definitely. And I appreciate you. Like I said, if you bump the Shed brand, it'd be fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, and I love following you guys on social media as well.
Awesome, appreciate it, man. So now tell everybody where they can get your stuff now.
Oh yeah, well right now it's follow me on Shed on Instagram and Facebook, and just message me directly, and I will hook you up with whether it be a hat or a hoodie or a t-shirt, coasters, whatever it might be. Just message me directly and I'll take care of you.
Yes. So shed.lifestyle on Instagram.
Yeah.
And
you got it.
Message him up. If you're anything you see on his Instagram, anything you like, fucking write him. He'll write you right back, and he'll get one out to you as soon as you message him up.
I'm pretty good with responding to people right off the bat. As soon as they get to me, like I said, it doesn't take too long for me to get back to you to respond in regards to whatever it is you want to. Whatever it is you want to order.
Wicked. Awesome, Mark, man. Thank you again for coming on.
Cheers, boss.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Have a great night.
Yeah, you too,
Take
brother.
Care.
Have a great night,
and
man.
Thanks again.
No worries. Anytime. Cheers, buddy.